Hey guys, this is Jason, and today I'm reviewing Extraction 2, directed by Sam Hargrave, who also directed the first film, and once again stars Chris Hemsworth as Tyler Rake. In this film, Tyler Rake, played by Hemsworth, is sent on a mission to go and rescue this family in this prison run by this gangster, and once the gangster's brother finds out about that, he decides to go after Rake and this family to get his revenge. I wasn't a huge fan of the first Extraction film when that came out 3 years ago. I mean, it had awesome action sequences, a good performance from Chris Hemsworth, and really good direction from Sam Hargrave, especially from someone who's mostly known for being a stunt coordinator for the Avengers films. But the story and the pacing just didn't grip me all that much, and I don't hate it. I don't think it's a bad movie. I just think it's okay. And I didn't really think that a sequel for it was necessary. And now that I've seen this film, it is actually a little bit better in regards to the action in the film because holy crap, the action. There are action sequences in this movie that last for 20 minutes. Like, in particular, there's this one scene where Chris Hemsworth is trying to get this family out of the prison, and it's all filmed to look like it's all in one take. Then it turns into a car chase scene, and they're still making it look like it's all in one take. And then it turns into a train chase scene with helicopters and soldiers going after them, and they're still making it look like it's in one take. And that should tell you that they were trying to make the action in this film look awesome. You can tell that they were trying to make most of the action in this film look practical. In particular, there's this one scene where Hemsworth is fighting a bunch of guys in the prison and his hand gets on fire at one point, and that's not CGI fire, that's not fake, that's actually real fire on his hand. And that tells you how realistic they wanted the fight scenes to be. Easily the best thing about this film is the action, and gratefully there is a lot of it. Like, you get to see everything that is happening in the film. Like, you get to see a lot of the crazy fight scenes that happen, like one involving a treadmill at one point. That was really cool. Chris Hemsworth is still good as Tyler Rake. He does have a little bit more layers to his character than he did in the first film. I mean, he still had layers in that film with him briefly talking about his backstory, but you do get a little bit more in this film, and without giving anything away, it does play an integral part for the story as the film progresses. Now, the story in this film does have a little bit more going on than the first film had, because in the first film, it was really just about Chris Hemsworth trying to rescue this kid from this drug lord, and there really wasn't a whole lot there. Here, though, there's actually a little bit more going on in regards to the main family that he's rescuing and with the main villain of the film, and how it affects the family on an emotional level. Like, in particular, the older son of this family is conflicted about which side he's on, either in his family and Tyler Rake's side or in his uncle's side, because his uncle is a very dangerous gangster that has killed so many people just to get what he wanted, but he still wants to take care of his family and to make sure that they're safe, and you can definitely see the conflict that he's going through throughout this film. And I'm not going to say the actor's name because it's hard to pronounce, and I've been guilty of mispronouncing names in the past, so I'm just going to leave the name of this actor in the bottom of the screen. Now again, with the main villain of the film, you do get to learn more about his backstory and where he's coming from. Granted, it is told through exposition and a few flashbacks, but you still get to understand more of why he became a gangster and why he keeps his whole family imprisoned. Now, it's not an amazing film. I do have some issues with it, and sometimes the pacing when the action is not happening can drag in a few scenes when we're just focusing on Hemsworth and the family that he's helping. Their scenes aren't bad, they're still interesting when they're on screen, but they do at times lead to some scenes that can drag a couple of times. There are also two characters in this film, Nick and Yaz, who are also in the first film and are there to help Hemsworth with the family and in the bad situations they get themselves into. They're not bad characters. They're fine for what they are. I just wish there was more characterization to them. Maybe there's a little bit with Nick and her relationship with Hemsworth. There's a little bit of that there, but for the most part, they're really just there to help Hemsworth with his problems throughout the film. And in the end of the film, without giving anything away, with one character returning, did kind of feel like a cop-out. Like, it kind of felt like they were not making this feel more realistic like it should be. I would have liked it if they didn't try to do a cop out with this character. I'm not going to say who the character is just in case, but I would have liked it if they did an actual risk with this character that they set up. Extraction is a fun action film. Yes, it does have some pacing issues, and not all the characters get their characterization, and the ending did kind of feel like a cop-out, but it still makes up for it for non-stop action that looks awesome, really good practical action sequences, a good performance from Chris Hemsworth, an intriguing villain, and most characters having layers that get you to understand where they're coming from. For me, I kind of like this a little bit more than the first film. Again, not a great film, it does have some issues, but it still has a lot more action than the first film. I'm gonna give Extraction a B. This has kind of been a good year for action films so far. Like, earlier this year we had John Wick 4 and now Extraction, and as for Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, I really can't say anything about that film because it hasn't come out yet, but we'll see where that film ranks. So guys, if you have seen Extraction 2, what did you think about it? Did you think it was an amazing action film, or were you bored and you thought it was terrible? Let me know in the comments below. Also, what is your favorite action film of all time? Don't ask me this question because that's kind of a tough answer for me to do because I really don't have a number one favorite movie of all time. There are a lot of films that I like involving action, suspense, sci-fi, fantasy, animation, that kind of stuff. And as always, if you like this review, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss a thing because it really makes my channel grow. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.